There's that. Okay, my name is Brandy Klein, K-L-E-I-N. Persuasive Speech, and I'm actually excited to tell you this one because it does pertain to schools. It is about when should we go start school? Specifically your high school, your middle school. Okay, imagine waking up every day between 6 and 7 a.m., dragging yourself out of bed while it's still dark outside. You're exhausted, maybe even a little disoriented, but you're expected to be alert, focused, and ready to learn. That's the reality of millions of middle and high school students across the country. And here's the thing, it's not laziness, it's biology. Teenagers are being forced to fight against their own bodies every morning. Today, I want to talk about why that needs to change. Specifically, I'll discuss 3 key reasons why middle school and high school students should start school later in the mornings. Teenagers are biologically wired to sleep later. Early start times damage both mental and physical health. Later school times improve academic success and attendance. Let's begin to look at what the science tells us about teen sleep patterns. So let's talk about teenagers' bodies are not built for early mornings. You might have heard adults say teenagers stay up too late because of their phones, but what technology does play a role, there is something much bigger happening here, and it's called biology. According to American Psychological Association, when a kid hits puberty, their internal body clock shifts. This is called delayed circadian rhythm. It means they naturally start feeling tired around 11 p.m. or later. And to function well for the day, they need about 8 to 10 hours of sleep. So if a teenager goes to bed at 11 o'clock and starts school at 7:30, they'd have to wake up at 6 a.m., which means that they're probably getting around about 7 or maybe 6 hours of sleep. Over time, this chronic sleep loss adds up. Sleep researchers call this social jet lag. It's like being in a different time zone every day. Imagine being jet lagged all the time, except instead of being on vacation, you're trying to pass a math class. The next point is sleep deprivation causes harm to students' health. So what happens when a student is constantly sleep deprived? According to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, teens who don't get enough sleep are more likely to experience depression, anxiety, and even suicidal thoughts. That's not just academic pressure or teen drama, that's just the lack of sleep. And it doesn't stop there. Physically, the risks are just as serious. Teens who sleep less or more prone to obesity, weakened immune system, and even car accidents due to drowsy driving. Think about it. We are asking our teens to drive to school at the same time that their brains are still half asleep. This isn't just a matter of being tired. This could be life-threatening issues. Now let's talk about the last point. Later start times improve academic outcomes. Now here's the good news. When students do start later, the results are incredible. The National Education Association reports that students starting at 8:30 a.m. or later have a higher attendance rate, better graduation rates, and improve academic performance. Why? Because students are simply more rested, and that makes a huge difference. More sleep leads to better memory, sharper focus, and improved mood. Teachers say students are more engaged, more alert, and more likely to participate in class. It's not just magic, it's just sleep. When we align school schedules with students' natural rhythm, they don't just feel better, they perform better. So let's recap. First, teens are biologically wired to fall asleep and wake up later. Second, early school start times both hurt their mental and physical health. And third, starting school later leads to better grades, better attendance, and better overall health. We always say that education is about preparing the next generation for success, but we can't expect success if we ignore something as basic as sleep. It's time we listen to the science. It's time we put students' health and learning first, and it's time that we let teens sleep and start school when their brains are actually ready to learn. Thank you.